are honored to have him. Let's turn it over to him to close this time.
Greetings, everybody. This is going to be the best year of your entire life. The question is, do you believe that? Yes. This is going to be the best year of your entire life. The decision to have a great year is made right now, today, right here in this room. I haven't met all of you, and I look forward to, we've got another day or so here. I want to meet all of you. This is the Payroc family. I am blessed, I'm truly honored to be part of the Payroc family. My name is Rich Norton. I work for Payroc. I sell credit card machines and credit card processing, and you know what? I love it. I think it's fantastic. How about you?
Yeah, right.
So it's going to be your best year ever. So I wanted the previous people that came up and spoke, and a couple of them did. I have served on many boards in churches too. Some of the worst jobs I've ever had. I've been on personnel teams, and people, the churches will ask me, "Hey, can you be on our personnel team or our nope? I have nothing to do with that." No. Worst job I ever had. You don't even get paid for it. But I've served on boards with Retriever. And this group that we have right here, I love being on this board. Because they come from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. They sell. I'm learning so much from them. And they go to bat for all of you. So they're in the trenches with you. So all of those that spoke, I know Charles didn't get a chance, but I'd like for them to stand up, and I just wanted to thank you from me and from our team for all you do as part of the campaign. I've been on this journey for a long time, and it's amazing how fast it goes by. I remember coming to my first summit in 2001, I think it was. Amazing. And we were just this little company, and we were going to take over the world, all 25 of us. We were going to take over the world. And I was talking with my good friend Greg Hitt, the legend. And I remember coming to my first summit. And a lot of people don't realize that. You see the speakers that come up here, and you talk with them, and you say, man, it must be so lucky just to be where they're at right now. Or I wish I was them. I remember coming to my first summit, and honestly, I couldn't afford to be at my first summit. I was speaking to some new people today. I said the last thing that I should be was at my first summit, but the best thing I did was coming to my first summit.
Yeah, that's right.
I was broke. And I thank Joe Natoli, I'm not sure if he's still in this room, but he did this little money tree thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And I won it. So it was like all kinds of cash, and that helped me get home. So that was awesome. So thank you, Joe Natoli. But I'm grateful to, we were talking about having a mentor, and I do have one. I do have an accountability partner. I've had one for many, many years. And when you have an accountability partner, make sure you choose one that's going to hold you accountable. It's good to have encouragement, but if you get off the track, they're going to reel you right back in. And we all do that. We all fall short, right?
Yeah.
Amen? Let's have a
right.
church up
Yeah,
here.
right,
We all
right.
fall short.
Yeah.
So my mentor is sitting in this room right here, and he's my friend. And I can say this, since then, from 2001, here's the amazing part. If you work, if you keep going to work, you keep plugging away, it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. And every year since I've been doing this, including 2020, I've made more money than the previous year. If you keep working, it keeps getting better. So I'm very thankful and blessed to be on the journey. As I always say, we get to walk the beaches of the world. How awesome is that?
Right.
What a great life we have.
Amen
When you really
to
think
that.
about it. We use the word blessed, and I don't like just to throw that out, but we are truly, truly blessed. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart my true friend, my brother, and and my mentor, Mr. Brian Kipster.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you. I'm thankful to Adam Overman, I'm thankful to Jim Overman, I'm thankful to all the Payroc staff. And as we listen to all these speakers and all the different programs, and I gotta admit to you, I've been doing this 20-some odd years, and I'm old school. And some of these things that we're talking about, I'm like, ooh, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm kind of a dumbass when it comes to this. I really don't know. I mean, you know, people are talking about ISPs, EMPs, and CCRs, and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know what that is, absolutely. Yeah, I got that down. But here's what I found out. There is one word, GTW. Go to work.
Yeah.
If you use that formula, all of these programs work. And they're really
Imagine that.
So you go to work, and whatever niche that you have, I mean, there are just so many different ways to sell. I'm amazed at Brian Ehrlich, the way he sells. I mean, it's incredible. You know, I'm amazed at what Pat Gallagher is talking about. I love what these guys do. I'm amazed at all of you, you know, that I'm speaking with, all over the place. And we have all different ways that we sell. They all work as long as we go to work. And all the technology, all the things that we have going on right now, it's amazing. It's incredible. My first summit, getting back to that, is we have one machine. It was the Nuri 2085 Plus. Any old timers remember that? That was the latest and the greatest. And one day it is going to be smart card compatible any day, and you have to have this machine. And that's what we had. And then I think we added a check service to it. And when you think about that, the meetings weren't very long, because how long can you talk about one machine? So it was like, we did a half-a-day meeting, and after the half a day, it was like, okay, that's our meeting today, and I'm going out to Mandy and having doing some shots at the bar. That's what the rest of it. But now we've got all this technology, and I just want to encourage all of you, whatever your niche is, grab hold on to it, and just go out and make it happen. Now, flying here, I want to share the story real quick. We've had challenges flying here, and I had like a 6-hour layover. Was on the runway and was out there for an hour and a half, and then they had to come back in, and then they said, okay, the flight's canceled. And when I'm standing there, and I look at this guy, and he looks at me, and his name's Brian Dodds. I got to give him credit because we had a little meeting after that. He's my wealth advisor. And I said, you're on this plane? He goes, yeah, you're on this plane too? And he was doing a conference out in Columbus, Ohio. And I said, yeah, I'm going to this conference here. So we turned something that was kind of negative, where people say, oh man, the flight, this sucks, this thing. I said, let's just go to the Delta room, and we had a sales meeting. That's right. And he shared what he was going to be speaking about. I shared with him what I was going to be speaking about. And what we're doing, we're like brand new salespeople. Like, that's good stuff. I write this down. Man, that's good stuff. He's right. This is good stuff. So I got to give him credit. His name's Brian Dodds. He's helped me with well. So for those of you, we do make a lot of money in this business, but you do not want to be broke at a higher level.
Oh, that's for sure.
You do not want to be all flash and no cash. Don't be that person. You want to be the type of person when you go and you want to purchase a home, and they say, how would you like to purchase that? How would you like to do your financing? I'd like to pay in cash.
Yeah.
I'd like to write a check. So this business affords you to do that, but you got to have a plan. So I'll promote him. So his name's Brian Dodds. If this is on video, if you need help, he's helped me make a lot of money. He can help you. But anyways, he shared 5 core values. This is his company. This is what he was going to be talking about today. And it might be right now as we're speaking. We stole each other's speeches. Be engaged. Be all in. Don't be a lone ranger representative. I can't promote that enough. We talked about that on our team. Don't be the lone ranger. In other words, show up for the meetings. Be at the summits. We have 4 on our team. This is exciting. This is amazing. Can you picture this? We have 4 sales blitzes around the country a year. We're going on one in 2 weeks in a beautiful area, Shreveport, Louisiana. Ever been there? And we're taking 30 people. We will be there all week. We're getting everybody up at 7 o'clock in the morning for breakfast meetings. We're going to go out and sell. Rich and Michelle are going to be there, right? I'm looking at some of the people all signed up. We're going to sell. We're going to get 100 deals for the week. Those of you that are on that trip, is that what's going to happen? Yes. That's what's going to happen. David Dufrey's going to be there, so it's going to be a great trip. Charles Wright, it's going to be awesome. And we have big dinners at the end of the day, and then we get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Best training you could ever have going on a sales blitz. That's some of the things that we do. We have Monday Zoom calls, and some of the people on the team might say, here we go again. He's going to talk about motivation and inspiration or new products, right? Get on those calls. I've instructed all of our team leaders to have meetings with your people. Well, Rich, I only got one person on my team. Good, have a meeting with them. They deserve your very best. So show up for the Zoom meetings, show up for the sales blitzes, show up for the Zoom calls. Another thing that he talked about was be thirsty. Now sometimes, I thought this was great because many times you've heard the expression, be hungry. You gotta be hungry. And he said, you can live farther without food than water. So it's better to be thirsty. Be coachable. I got this all figured out, I know everything. How's that working out for you? Right? We can always learn. I learn from brand new people in this industry. I really do. I learn from all of you. Be grateful. Thou shalt not complain. That's your commandment. Thou shalt not complain. When you woke up this morning, what were you grateful for? What are you grateful for right now? Well, there's nothing to be grateful for. There's always, 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 always something to be grateful for. Attitude of gratitude. If you woke up this morning, you should be grateful. I'm here. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for this opportunity. And then generous. The most happiest people on earth are the most generous people. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
The most selfish people are the most negative people. I do it all for me. It's all about me, right? We're blessed to be a blessing. How many of you, whatever your spiritual life is, how many feel that you're really blessed? Well, take that blessing and be a blessing to as many people as you possibly can. Because that's what it's all about. Because I have good news for you. I have some other news for you. But no one gets out of here alive. We all leave this earth someday. We all do. So when I meet my God, when I meet my Savior, He's not going to say to me, Rich, heard you were a good salesman. You were number one. Heard you were great. So what did you really do? And all the encounters that you have in life, even if it's for a split second, what did you do with them? You are blessed to be a blessing. So be generous not only with your money, but with your time and your talents. So the goal for 2024 is to make this year the best year of your life. And I'm talking about not only with Payroc, but financially. Be number one. I want to be a number one representative. I want to be a number one husband. I want to be a number one friend. I want to be a number one dad. And by the way, I got some wonderful grandbabies. Nothing like it. One was born on my birthday. What a great gift that was. I want to be a number one grandpa. So when they say, Grandpa, can I have M&Ms for breakfast? Absolutely. You get it. So be number one in all areas of your life. Learning and improving are all part of the process. So my philosophy is to keep improving, and we have to begin. This is what's been on my heart as we moved into the new year. Now, I'm not one to talk about the past. I always say today's the beginning of the rest of your life. Here's your future. Start out today. It's going to be amazing. But sometimes we have to have moments of reflection. And a good time to do that is as you move into the new year. So when we look at reflection, here's, if you're taking notes, highlights. What are some of the highlights of 2023 for you? You know what this does? It helps us to become present in the moment. Here's a good thing that you can do. I did this. In fact, I did this on the plane. I was coming here. Take a look at your phone. Don't do it now. But do this later. Do it as you're going back home. How many of you got a bunch of photos on your phone from this last year? Start scrolling. Go back to January. Start scrolling through it. You know what you're going to be doing? Smile. Wow. What a great day. What a great week. Wow, what an amazing trip that was. Wow, I was in Dominican Republic with all these people. Look at all the positive things in my life. Wow, oh, wow, this was, and the highlights of your year is going to be amazing. I was looking through mine, and as I was going through it, I was like, okay, I'm at Icon Park in Orlando with my grandson. March family trip in Disney World. We went to Mexico, Payroc winners in Mexico. Dominican Republic, I went to concerts. I saw Foreigner, what's left of them. Pat Benatar. I took my wife, this was one of her dreams, to see Stevie Nicks in concert. As she's walking up, here you go, here's your seats. Front row, Stevie Nicks. Awesome.
I like it.
Amazing. Other ones. Had a little getaway to Mexico with my wife, did a site survey. Trips to Connecticut. I got 2 special needs sisters. That's the highlights of their life. I come. Christmas party. 12th, 13th annual Christmas party that we had in Disney World. Baseball trips. Every year I do Wrigley Field. I go to Fenway Park. Trips to Puerto Rico in July. Amazing. My oldest daughter got married. Birthdays. Jaguar games. Until they sucked and started losing. You have to pay for that. Bought another house. Cash. Those were the highlights. And I wrote over 300 deals along with that.
Oh, not bad, Rich.
But as we go through life, we have challenges. You know, as we reflect through the past year. Life is filled with challenges. I can say to you, this is going to be the best year of your life. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have difficulties. You will. Let's get that out of the way. You will have obstacles. You will have challenges. You will have difficulties, but you will be overcoming them because you're not a quitter. You're a winner. You believe in what you're doing, and you learn from those difficulties. And I think about some of the people in our family, you know, that have been through losses. You know, they've been through illnesses. They've been through transitions. Even this past year, as Payroc, look how we flourished, you know, from the beginning when we heard all this stuff about the Payroc, no more consumer choice. We could have folded up our tent and said, oh, that's it. We're done. That's all I can sell. Well, all those people are gone. But we came together. And how many of you know that salespeople are resilient?
Yes.
Salespeople are creative.
Right.
Salespeople come together and say, we're going to be better than we ever were. Ever. Today's the beginning of the rest of our amazing life. We are big picture thinkers. And I'm thankful for that with Payroc. We don't just look at the short term, we look at the big picture. So whether you realize it or not, somebody talked about it earlier, I feel like I'm just starting. People say, when are you going to retire? And do what? I love this. This is amazing. I've got a lot of years left in me. I love this. I got more energy than I've ever had. I feel fantastic. So we went through that difficulty. We went through that challenge. I think of some people that have illnesses that they've been through. We have one representative. I'll share this story with you. He was brought into the business first couple months, came out of the gates. I'm saying, then you're going to be rookie of the year, man. You are a rock star. I wrote 15 one month, wrote 12 the next month. I said, this guy's great. I remember talking to Brian about it. I said, watch out for this guy. And then he became very ill. Really ill. excuse my emotions, because I was on the phone with this guy, and he goes, Rich, I don't think I'm gonna make it that bad. So we had some really real talks. Made sure he was right with God. Thankfully, he was. Made sure that he had everything in order. I said, look, this is nothing, whatever happens, I'm believing for miracles. I believe I serve a God of miracles. I believe in that. But he knew that, what the reality was. Well, anyways, God had a different plan. And he overcame lots of challenges. He's still not through it, still not over it, but he's crossed that part. And he's going for it. And he's here. Mark Bishop is here. Stand up, Mark. So what do you do when the storms come? Most complain, most get bitter, most blame others, or they ask, why me? So instead of asking, why me, say, how can I improve? What can I learn from this? How can I become better rather than bitter? Well, a great formula that will help you is something that I think is a great formula. It's very simple. It's stop, continue, and start. So this is where we get real right now. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
We get real because we can do all the rah-rah stuff. But I want you guys to get real with yourself. Because all of you are filled with so much talent. You've got the greatest opportunity in the world. You can make amazing things happen. You control that. So the questions are, stop. What are some things that you are going to stop doing as we progress into this new year? Think about that as you're on the plane. Write some things down. It could be staying up too late, drinking too much. We'll wait till after the trip. It could be, well, man, I kind of noticed that my language isn't very good. I need to stop swearing. I need to stop being selfish. Here's a good one. I need to stop gossiping. Remember this. You've got to be careful. I'm going to talk about that too. You're going to be careful who you hang around with. Because when people talk about others to you, here's a promise.
Yep.
They talk about you
Yes.
to others.
You're right.
So remember that. So maybe if you're guilty of that, I've been guilty of that, They do that in church, right? Man, did you hear about so-and-so? Know what's going on with them? Oh, I haven't. Tell me more. And what do they say? You need to pray for them. Right? Well, I want to hear more before I start praying. How about stop procrastinating? This summit was fantastic. It was amazing. It was great. It was the best summit I've ever been to. I am going to go out and make it happen next week. I got this to do. Man, this was amazing. February is my month. I just got to get this stuff done. Right? Then February goes by. March goes by. So maybe we should stop procrastinating. What are some things that you are going to continue doing? So think about and reflect on the things that have been working for you this past year. Yeah, that was great. That change that I made last year, yeah, that's been working for me. I'm going to continue to keep doing that. And then, what are the things are you going to start doing? I'm going to start working out. It's good for you. I don't feel like working out. Neither do I. Most of the time, I don't either. But you do it anyway. I don't feel like working because it's snowing out. I don't feel like working because it's too hot. Do it anyway. It has nothing to do with your feelings. Do it and let your feelings catch up with you. Do it anyway. Eating right. How about helping people? Working smarter. Getting out of debt. Becoming debt-free. When you're debt-free, you have freedom. What a great feeling that is. And as we move on, reflection. I want to talk about dreams and aspirations. Have you thought about this? What will you accomplish this year? Have you thought about how many deals are you going to be writing this year? Have you even thought about that yet? What's the number? Whatever the number is, 110, whatever it is. So what does that mean? That means I got to break that down into, okay, if I've got 110, I've got to write 9, 10 a month. And I got to think all the things and the trips and everything, I got to average that. How much money are you going to save? When you come to your next summit, what will your residual be? Have you thought about that yet? What kind of house are you going to be in? What kind of car are you going to be in? What's your revenue going to be? Set clear and specific goals. Know exactly what you want out of life. And then, my question is, what is your mission statement for 2024? Mine is, we're going to soar in 2024.
I like it.
Payroc is going to soar
Yep.
in 2024. It doesn't have to be a long mission statement, but I'm going to encourage you, if you haven't done this already, write out what your mission statement is. It could be as simple as, I had one year, it was very simple. It was, don't screw up. That's a good mission statement. To create a better life, to be a blessing, to spread positivity. I know Ms. Michelle Urso, believe, right? Hashtag believe. To inspire others, to help others, to soar in 2024. And then here's another one. What is your positive word for 2024? Think about that. Mine is growth. If you really want joy and happiness in life, you have to have growth. Either you're growing or you're shrinking. There's no in between. Progress equals happiness. Growth. Constantly growing. The most happiest people are constantly growing, constantly progressing. And then, what is your plan of action? What are you going to do to make all this come to fruition? People might say, well, you can make all this and you can do all that. I promise you I've been doing this for a long time. There is no shortcut to success.
Amen.
There is no secret formula to success. You've heard all the great opportunities, all the amazing opportunities, all the different programs that we have. Ultimately, you make the final decision on how big it's going to be.
You're right.
So set a goal, plan a work, and work your plan. And then, who is your circle of influence? You are who you hang with. And it's important that you surround yourself with the right people. If you are the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Surround yourself with winners. You become who you hang with. Who and what will you surround yourself with? Who's going to help you? Get a mentor. We talked about this earlier. Find the people that are in life where you want to be and do what they do. Simple as that. And then the final thing is, this is important. My question for all of you. I'm looking at all of you. I got my contacts in, so I'm looking at all of you in your eyes. Are you 100% committed? Yes. Because there's talkers, and then there's doers. There's a lot of talking in the bars, right? I'm a salesman. Oh man, I'm awesome. I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm going to outright you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do. Man, it's great talk. But the question is, when you go back home after this summit, Will you be in the field Monday? Are you 100% committed? Because here's what's going to take. This is what's going to take for you to become super amazingly successful. If you put part-time into it, you get part-time results. Simple as that. It's going to take 100% commitment. That means getting up early. That means some of you that say, well, I'm a night owl. Well, get rid of that. Winners rise early. I'll give you a wake-up call. I give our team wake-up calls. You know, there's that damn Norton 5 in the morning with his motivational crap. Right? So, give me your number. I'll do that for you. We'll add you to the list. We've got about 200 people. And make sure you turn your ringer on. And then if you're married, who's texting you at 5 in the morning? That's that Norton guy. So we'll 3:30, whatever it is, we'll send you the motivation. But you get up early. You have some good, positive, quiet time. You make it happen. You go out, whatever you need to do, and then you leave your house at 7, go to work, whatever it takes, whatever your schedule is, and then you come back and be number 1 in every phase of your life. And when you get back home, don't bring your stuff in to your family. If you had a bad day, if you wrote 3 and 2 that you wrote yesterday blew up, it's not your wife or husband's fault. You know, they might have a bad day too. So I'm going to encourage you to take your Payroc hat off, walk into the door, and say, "Hi, honey, how was your day? Hey, how was your day?" And just shut up and listen. That's all you do. And smile. And smile. And then they will ask you, "How was your day?" Mine was great. It was fantastic. I'm more concerned about your day. And then go to bed early. Quit watching all the hang. People will say, "Hey, did you watch that Netflix? It was on till midnight last night." No, didn't watch that. No, didn't watch that. No, didn't watch that either. Because, you know, like, you watch Fox News, all you need, whatever news that you watch, you just need about 2 minutes of it. That's all you need. Stay up to date because it's all the same. The world's ending and everything sucks. That's what they're going to tell you. That's all you got. And then, because if you do all that and go to bed, I can't sleep, all this negative stuff. You know, get all that out of get rid of all that. And go to bed with peace. You'll wake up and do it the next day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe in you. I'm honored and I'm blessed to be part of this organization. I believe in all of you. I really do. I want you to have the best life you possibly could ever imagine. You can have all your dreams come true if you go to work and you go out there and make it happen. Because I'll take all these salespeople right here in this room. I'll go up against any other organization, any other company. It doesn't matter. You can name them all, and we will outright them. I will bet Brian's money. I'll bet Adam's money, Jim Overman's money, that we will win.
Yeah.
We will win.